Rodriguez.
And I'm Johnny Rodriguez.
That's Sweet Heat.
I'm Pikachika.
The hell you come from?
Magically appeared.
Ninja.
I'm Greg Stahl, and you're watching the VideoGameMasters.
And today we're going to talk about Street Fighter X Tekken for Xbox 360. This game is so... More! What the hell? No, look, I don't care. This game is so awesome, you're not going to piss me off this time. Just have a seat and review it with me. Have a seat.
Whoa.
Sit.
I didn't know you invited anybody else. We're too crowded already, man.
Maybe Skill Pedro, I don't know.
Who the freak is Yo Pedro?
Thank you. Finally. What the...
Who the freak are you?
Who the freak are you? Yeah, dude, what the hell? Come on, really?
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Dude, where you been? It's been like 10 episodes.
Who is that? Yeah, because I've been gone in Sweden for like...
10 years.
Yeah, 10 years. Who are you? More. Come on. It's me. We were in the Scott Pilgrim episode.
Were you that guy I punched?
No, that was Pete. I am not nearly that ugly.
I still haven't recovered from that, by the way.
Dude, he's like from the Mortal Kombat episode, you know, when he was the Redneck Ryan thing.
Yeah.
I don't watch your show.
I don't watch your show.
All right,
either.
ladies. I'm the one that knocked Pete up.
Oh, yeah. Dude, that was so painful.
All right, so do I have a chair or...
Well, you would if you paid child support.
Wow. Anyways, guys, I think we got a full house for this episode. We always have room for one more. So, Paige, why don't you join us for this episode?
Sorry, I'll pass on this game.
That's okay. Maybe next time. Is that my shirt you're wearing?
Yep, it's my pudding cup shirt. Don't you like it on me?
Why would Paige be wearing Mark's shirt?
Ow, chicka, wow, wow.
Okay, guys, yeah, let's calm down, guys.
I love you, Mark. No, not Johnny pretending to be Mark.
Hi, guys, I'm Mark Rodriguez.
Oh, hi, Mark. Oh, hi, Mark.
It's not part of the show. Let's check it out. Check it out.
Cammy, you ready? Of course. I'm going first. I will handle this. Yeah, whatever. Let's do this. Right. Let's pummel that.
It's all on the line. Fight!
Street Fighter X Tekken combines the characters and elements from Street Fighter and Tekken. This game lets you fight in teams of 2, letting you tag between partners during the match. However, similar to Tekken Tag Tournament, and one of your teammates loses the fight, your entire team loses.
The Street Fighter side has teams of Ryu and Ken, Chun-Li and Cammy, Guile and Abel, Dysum and Sagat, Rolento and Ibuki, Poison and Hugo, Zangief and Rufus, Balrog and Vega, and finally Bison and Juri.
The Tekken side has Kazuya, Nina, Asuka, Lily, Law, Paul, Hurong, Steve, Raven, Yoshimitsu, King, Marduk, Hihachi, Kuma, Julia, Bob, Jin, and Xiao Yu.
The game's story involves a mysterious box that lands in the South Pole called Pandora. Its mysterious power calls the attention of all the fighters from Street Fighter and Tekken, which in this game take place in the same universe. Some are just curious about it, but others like Bison and Kazuya want to use its power to take over the world!
Of course.
Aside from making the Tekken characters fight like the Street Fighter characters, there are a lot of new game mechanics to learn. The game keeps the EX moves from Street Fighter 4, but the super arts have to be charged up, similar to the Tekken games. There's a new cross-rush combo system when combining the light, medium, and strong attacks, which ends in a launcher which lets you tag your partner while the opponent is still in midair so your partner can continue the combo. When the cross gauge is full, you can either do the cross art or cross assault. The cross art has your character smack the opponent around and then toss him right into your partner's super art, making it a spectacular double combo.
This will...
The cross assault has both partners attack the opponent on screen at the same time until the gauge runs out.
Now, the game also adds the gem system, which are a variety of different colored gems that lets you do different things when activated. You can use up to 3 gems, each which you can set up before the fight. The 2 basic types are the assist gems and boost gems. The assist gems do things like let your character auto-block or automatically resist throws, while the boost gems do things like making you deal more damage to the enemy or take less damage when hit, which is a plus in my book.
As the last ditch attack, you can also use the power of the Pandora when your energy is very low. However, this is a super last resort kind of thing because if you don't defeat your opponent in about 8 seconds, you automatically lose due to timeouts.
No one shall take Pandora. No matter how much power I must use, it's mine.
That's right! It belongs to Jin, and Jin belongs to me.
Are you ready? Fight! So you're the one behind it.
As you fight it out in arcade mode, you eventually get to fight your rivals, which will depend on which team you pick. Then you either face the team of Bison Yuri or Shin and Xiao Yu, depending on if you chose a Tekken or a Street Fighter character, and they are influenced by the power of the Pandora. Depending on who you choose, the final boss will either be Ogre or Akuma. Both are characters that are selectable from the start, and Akuma is way harder to beat than Ogre.
Switching. No. I'm switching now. I hate this so much. Oh god. You always get close.
This game has a lot of multiplayer modes. Even the game's typical arcade mode allows 2 players to work together as a team to get through the game's story. Versus matchups can allow up to 4 players to fight it out, and the new Scramble mode lets players have all 4 characters on screen at the same time. Okay, so before we give our thoughts on the game, there's a lot of hatred and rage about the background story of the game, the DLC and all that stuff, and I don't really want to talk about it because we're supposed to review the actual game in itself, but I know that if we don't do it, someone out there's going to be like, why didn't you guys talk about it? Aren't you guys pissed off about it? Well, hell yeah, we're fucking pissed off about it. Pete, what do you think?
Well, first of all, the PS3 gets Mega Man and Pac-Man. What do Xbox users get? Zip. And Mega Man looks like his freaking crappy box art to boot.
And why does he look fat? I know he looked weird in the Nintendo cover, yeah, but he was not a fucking fat ass. Look at the beer belly, you know? And another thing is that the PS Vita is going to come out this fall with their own version of the game that has 12 extra characters, and of course we have to download them on our system. Yeah, I guess it's cool. But then these hackers find out that these 12 characters are already on the fucking disc, and they're not going to release them until fall or whatever the damn fucking hell Capcom feels like it.
Something tells me this pisses you off. I don't know, maybe it could be the 12 downloadable characters or the... Elena?
Oh, you sons of bitches! I'll kill them! I'll kill them all!
Sorry for the technical difficulties. We had to knock him out.
That bitch was pissing me off!
Did you have to use the ladder?
Oh god. Anyways, guys, another major complaint is the whole online thing. There's this cool tag mode that you can do like this online thing where, for example, Pete and me are playing against like Rockin Ryan and someone else online. And you can do this on the PS3 version, but you can't do this on the Xbox 360 version, despite the fact that the manual says you can. And then Capcom's like, well, we can't do it because the Xbox version is just too different from the PS3 version, you know, just kind of doesn't work that way. But then we got games like Mortal Kombat and even Halo and stuff, you can do this kind of online versus people at the same time thing. So what the fuck, what gives?
You lying bastards!
Alright,
fuck off.
So, we the VideoGameMasters had issues about this, so we contacted Capcom representatives, and this is what they had to say.
Alright, so one thing that pissed me off right away was the fact that they did Street Fighter X Tekken. That made no sense to me. I never wanted to see a crossover of a 2D versus a 3D fighter. And then the storyline pisses me off. Apparently this has been in the same world this whole time. How could they have never met each other or done anything together? I mean, the gameplay elements also piss me off a bit, but I'll let them talk about that. I just don't get why anybody had to do this. Someone at Capcom and someone at Namco had to agree with them, so they're both complete idiots in my mind.
Yeah, I have to agree with him. Both on the story mode, the crossover, all that's bullshit. Also, another thing that pissed me off is that when you're doing a tag team match, if you're with someone else, if one of your team members dies, you lose entirely. It's like your guy sitting back there going, oh, he just died, well, I'm out. No, it's like Mortal Kombat, one of them dies, the other one jumps in. The fight's not over. Also, the special moves take forever to power up. If you're, you know, with an X-ray in Mortal Kombat, I know I keep going back to Mortal Kombat, but they did it right. In Mortal Kombat, you just hit the X-ray, you get the X-ray. In this, you're going, Kame, and they can just walk up to you and be like, bam. No point. Piss me off. I would not play this game again. That's my opinion.
Well, about me, when we did 14 with 2 each, and what pissed me off was that the second round, the first player plays again. And I'm like, why didn't they just switch it to the second player so that at least we get a chance to play? Like, at least to get damage in, but nope, we take out the rest of the garbage. That's what I'm saying.
Well, personally, I think that the game overall is pretty good, and the concept is kind of weird to get used to it at first, because again, Tekken is 3D-ish, and Street Fighter, like, it's not just that Street Fighter is 2D, but it also has special moves that Tekken characters don't, so it's kind of hard sometimes to fight versus people that have a whole bunch of special moves versus people that don't have much, so that's kind of like one of the gripes I have on the game in general, but overall, it's like a fun game. It's just that I think they could have worked on some of those details a lot better.
Well, I'm going to go on the positive side of this review, unlike my colleagues here, and say that I actually really enjoyed this game. I thought it was a very addicting fighter. I mean, and I think compared to other Capcom games, it has a lot more freaking effort put into it. It has a lot more effort put into it, okay? Especially the arcade mode. The arcade mode actually has cutscenes instead of stupid freaking slider whatever story, you know what I mean? Those things that the Capcom puts in these games.
He knows how to English.
Yeah, I do. But, yeah, I like that. And I thought the controls are very easy to pick up. But like what was said, I don't like the fact that if one of your teammates dies, the whole team loses. And I also don't like how long it takes to power up super moves, because especially if you're doing this professionally, how is anybody going to be able to pull one of those off? Seriously. So I'd probably give this game a 7 out of 10.
Yeah. Well, I love this game. It's just solely awesome. I mean, this has been like the first game that I played in a long time of fighting games that has me up like 3, 4 in the morning just playing like hell. It's very addicting. You know, if you have to fighting games that after playing for an hour or so, you're kind of like, yeah, next. Let's watch what's on TV. This game, I'm up to 3 in the morning matching the Tekken people. Tekken people are kind of awesome in this game. They fight kind of different. I do admit there's a learning curve to them, especially when you're compared to the more familiar Ryu and Ken and how they play. But it's pretty cool. You got real damaging combos. You really got to get in there. And it's just interesting how these characters work. And I also love the fact that these characters have more personality now, because in Tekken, it's very stiff. They just kind of like, yeah, and that's all. You know, I do admit people like Nina, and they do have some lines and phrases, but for the most part, everyone's quiet. And it's so good to see these guys actually do taunts and motions and moves and jokes and cutscenes that bring out their personalities. It's just so awesome. I just hope that if they ever make the Tekken versus Street Fighter game, I just hope the Street Fighter characters aren't quiet and stiff. And
I'm actually pretty neutral with this game. I don't mind the Street Fighter platform, but I just have a strong childhood grudge against the Tekken tag system. So it makes me dislike it a bit. But, with grudges aside, it's a decent and fun game with 2 of the best fighting game franchises clashing. I wish they did a little more with the story, or whatever you consider arcade mode to be. Although, it was kind of awkward for me to choose a Tekken character and not get a 3D arena. I've gotten far too used to the staging in Tekken, so I had to relearn some of my favorite characters' moves just to get used to the game. I can't wait to see if Namco makes Street Fighter X Tekken with the Tekken platform. That would be a dream come true.
Yeah, and something that Mark reminded me of that I forgot about really quick, and I know I'm nitpicking here, but this was really, it got really annoying after a while. When you're in the character selection mode and you're moving over each character, it'll say the name like in this really epic way. It'll be like doo 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 doo, and it doesn't have a second when you're switching between characters. So it'll be like doo 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 It is so annoying when you're just trying to figure out what character you want, and you're like, well, the character I want is at the bottom, but I have to go through all the annoying voices. Fuck it. You know, like, that's another thing I could have done without. So, that one character, what was his name? Hugo.
Oh,
so freaking overpowered.
Yeah.
Does one move literally takes away half of your health bar.
That's Hugo from Street Fighter Third Strike.
If you see Hugo versus like Nina's like, Hugo's like, bitch. Yeah, half your health is gone.
And then Nina's making him a sandwich.
Okay, guys, I know that most of us bash the game, but I still think it's a lot of fun. I mean, for all of us, it took us hours to actually stop playing the game, to actually put it down to start doing the show. This game is fucking fun. That's what really matters. Is the game fun? Well, hell yeah, it is. I'll tell you one thing, Capcom. We are not going to buy your motherfucking Super Street Fighter X Tekken Arcade Super Rival Edition or whatever the fuck you want to call it. We're not buying it.
Guys, you know you're going to buy it.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah. Well, on that note, we're going to take a real quick look at Mortal Kombat Komplete Edition.
Round one, fight!
Mortal Kombat the Complete Edition lets you use all the DLC costumes and hidden characters right off the bat, including the DLC characters Scarlet, Rain, Kenshi, and Freddy Krueger. We're not going to review the game since it's basically the exact same game as before, but with everything unlocked. And, well, we already reviewed Mortal Kombat 9 in episode 27. Go watch it. The game also lets you download the original live-action Mortal Kombat movie and some remix soundtracks based on some of the fighters.
I'm actually pretty glad that they didn't make the Freddy Krueger in Mortal Kombat into Robert Englund. Because I don't think I can stand the sight of seeing Robert Englund getting torn in half by Noob Saibot or anybody else. I'm actually, pretty comfortable with the new Freddy getting torn into bits. It makes me smile.
Scorpion wins. Flawless victory. Fatality.
Okay. Well, anyways, unlike Capcom's super sequels like Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 and Super Street Fighter 4 the Arcade Edition that cost $40 because you already paid $60 for the first game, this new game still costs $60. So it kinda sucks for anyone that paid $60 the first time around, as well as having paid for the DLC characters beforehand. Oh well.
Okay guys, that's it for today's super special episode of Video Game Masters. I'm Mark Rodriguez.
Johnny Rodriguez.
I'm Sweet Pete.
Pikachika.
I'm Lan Moore.
And I'm Paige, and I'm wearing Mark's epic black shirt. See ya.
And I'm Gurk Stelly. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
And I'm Rockin Ryan. And this is wrong. You know, they take advantage of us normal, hard-working, everyday Americans. They expect us to buy their shit. Well, insert American flag in the background here. I will not stand for this. I'm going back to Sweden.
The freak is his problem.
Wow.
Don't know.
I don't know either.
I think he likes the Swedish balls.
Okay, you guys, you can also say goodbye now, guys.
Bye. See you next time and stuff.
Okay, can I sit somewhere in a chair?
Well, you could if you pay child support.
There's someone, and someone, Dr. Robotic is calling us.
Freaking bitch.
Oh god, wait,
Bloopers.
Hello?
Bloopers.
Wait, hold on.
Fuck!
Man, Ree had a full house in this episode.
Yeah, see, we keep having these people appearing out of nowhere. It's like we have Pikachika appearing out of nowhere, we have Lan Moore appearing out of nowhere. Who else is gonna appear out of nowhere? Who is that?
I don't know, but doesn't the voice sound kind of familiar?
It couldn't be